Good morning. I have decided to not continue watching Formula One. And I decided that yesterday, I think that I was done. And I like going back to things and see if the interest I used to have, if it's still there or if it was fun back then, but now I'm over it. So I usually kind of circle back to decide if it's for me. And it has been really fun to watch Lando and ha- getting remembered, or how do you call it? Can you remember how up and down this sport actually is, and adrenaline, and how much they don't really like process their emotions. They're good at driving, but they aren't really good at actually figuring out what is going on in their head, which is surprising. I think they all should have, or they maybe they have, but they all should have some person that kind of checks where they are kind of mentally, just to be safe and to also see progress. I feel like that sport is very much you're on your own. You get pushed out there and you get a lot of money. You get a contract for several years. And if you don't perform, you get booted, or they will exchange you into someone else that might perform. And I think they try, but I don't think they are. I think they need to change things. And I'm very much for growth, like body, mind, and soul. And I think they are lacking very much in the soul and mind uh, issues there. They're very good at cars and very good at driving, but so I know that my interest is starting to fade. It was fun. He crashed yesterday, and so I will watch to see if he kind of picks himself up after that, because that's the ultimate Scorpio thing to do, like make things even worse. So I can pick up myself, and then it's like they are the Fågel Phoenix. The oh my god, is it called Phoenix in English too? Like the rebirth thing, the bird that goes up in flames and then come back even prettier. Um, that is a Scorpio, and that is what they are here to do. They're here to evolve. They're here to, and in whatever you have Scorpio in your birth chart, that is the part of your essence that needs to evolve and change and rebirth. And like if you have it in your moon, that is your emotions. And it's not an easy kind of sign to be in. I haven't yet met a Scorpio that is very much evolved and like a good human being. I've had a talk with one of my friends about this, when she felt like I had just very strong opinions about Scorpio and or Scorpios, and I said that, well, I've never met anybody that hasn't been like a really bad human being. They think they are good, but then they turned out to not be in any way. In my opinion, extremely selfish and avoidant, and doesn't really want to. They are just excellent at kind of go deep and figure things out, and the people that I have come across never does. They don't want to speak. They never want to reveal anything. And no matter if you are, because everybody says that, well, a Scorpio wants you to tell them, like all of it. Yeah, but when you do, they still don't. They do absolutely nothing. They just avoid it. So that is kind of my opinion of Scorpios. They have a very high look on themselves to be this good human being, they never follow through. And I heard something a while ago that says that Scorpios can wait and they can wait forever, but they also, where in their waiting, they kind of miss the opportunity fully, and it's just too late. And I spoke about it with a Scorpio, and they didn't agree at all with that. And that what I just felt was such a Scorpio way of thinking about it. It's very much true. I've met so many Scorpios that truly, no, I just wait, and then they wait, and the opportunity is just like so far ahead of them or gone that it's just, you just avoided it without actually doing something. I don't know why I'm rambling about Scorpios. I think that if Lando is going to kind of change things, he needs to stop avoiding it and just change. And that is what he's here for. They want control, they want to be the masters of their universe and all of that. Change is that. To decide to change means that you are in control of that change. So I don't get it. They are pretty weird in their mindsets. Like, I'm just waiting. Waiting for what? Not having control? That is fear. And that is not, we're not talking about the same thing at all here. So that is that. I've decided to not continue. It's my cat. He always does this. The moment I start to speak, he starts to make noises and or want my attention. So I have decided that I'm going to stop watching Formula One. And the moment I decided that, TikTok started to show other stuff. And it was mostly like relationships, people speaking about divorces, and they have started this TV series somewhere in another country where people go for couples counseling. And I thought that was interesting. Why did these two get married in the first place? They're so different. She seems very agitated, upset, angry. She has like all the emotion, and he seems just extremely numb, avoidant, just not taking accountability for anything. And the woman just feels like he is a big baby, or he's not a grown up, or whatever. I just seen like 3 couples, but it was interesting actually. I would like to see the full episode, but I don't know where it's broadcasts. And they're joking about it on TikTok too. Someone said that if you're single and you are by yourself, I actually was invited to stuff this weekend. I just turned it down. I'm not as alone as people feel like I am, or maybe they hope that I am. I actually get invited to stuff. I'm just not in the energy level that I can handle family or doing things, or it's not that I want to be alone, it's just that I want to sleep, or I want to kind of reserve the energy as much as I can, so I can heal. And people online on TikTok have started to say, or they said that if you're single, if you're alone, you probably have it better than most couples this Easter, because what many will do when they are in a like a relationship this weekend is to go to dinners they don't want to attend, meet with people they do not want to meet, eat food that they don't like, and to just be like using energy for something they don't really enjoy doing. As a single person, you don't have to do that. I eat what I want. I do what I like, which is like tarot, astrology. I'm going to start watching Lucifer again, which is on Netflix. And I watched that series like 3 years ago, and I stopped around season 4. So I'm going to pick that up. It's a very fun series. So it doesn't sound like it, but it is. He is just funny, and I kind of miss laughing. He does the character of the devil quite well. That man, he's very sassy and doesn't understand like human things at all. Sometimes, what is kind of logical for him isn't logical for us at all. And I've had quite a fun weekend, actually, or fun or enjoyable. I cried. I have been hurt, and I feel like every other person, I'm not alone. I think that couples council thing series kind of pointed it out how much we get hurt or people hurt us. I'm not saying that they don't mean it, but like the human decency of it. But um God, I don't know if this makes sense at all. um I felt this weekend that it seems so easy for people to, if you are choosing between hurting like a bunch of people or between two people, I'm usually the one you pick to hurt. And I laid some cards yesterday and wondered, how is that? Why does people feel so comfortable in it is okay to hurt her, so I don't hurt someone else, or I don't hurt this particular group of people? Why is it so easy? And my card said that because people think that I will not leave. People think that it's like the punching bag. I think that if to spare someone else's feelings or to spare a group of people's feelings is the best choice is to go and hurt me. Um, and it is because people don't think I will leave, or I seem so put together. I seem so like, oh well, fine, it's just what it is. And then people get hit with that I'm extremely sensitive. I'm a Cancerian and I have a lot of placements in Cancer. And I don't cry a lot. I have a moon in Taurus, and that's an extremely stable sign. It's the best placement of the moon placements you can have. It's grounded, it's not that emotional, but I'm still like having 3 placements in Cancer. So I'm sensitive, and I am learning more and more to cry, because that is what kind of shakes things up in your body. I don't want the trauma response thing where you just bottle everything up or avoid things, because I know that it doesn't go away. I just store it in my body, and then I have to deal with it in 20 years. When I haven't felt the feeling, I haven't gone through the grieving period, I haven't said what I needed to say, either to the person or to myself. And I just wish that I, in some way, moving forward, actually can kind of give off the vibe that I'm not the easier choice to hurt, if you know what I mean. Because people seem to be surprised by it. Like, oh, but I thought that. Yeah, what exactly? That I wouldn't be sad? That I wouldn't be hurt? That I wouldn't express it? That I wouldn't leave? Is there something you kind of need to know about me? It is that there is not one person or situation or anything that I haven't left behind. If I'm being hurt, getting hurt in any form or fashion. Um, and I think that I leave faster than people seem to leave. I kind of picked up on that with the couple counseling. They have been married for 10 years, and she has been unhappy for 5 of them. For me, that's crazy. That is just crazy. So I'm quite good at just deciding quite fast, and then giving people a chance, but also noticing when it just doesn't work. It just doesn't give anybody what they need. And that is something you need to know when you're dealing with me. And I don't get why people don't pick that up quite fast. And why they feel like I'm the easier choice to hurt. I'm okay to move on. I'm okay to pick up whatever like is left and just go and do something else, or just go and meet other people, or just I'm not the one panicking. I'm not the one regretting. I'm not the one feeling sorrow or being sad or being I cried this weekend. That is usually what I need to do, and then I move on. And for some reason, I don't know, am I can't be that unique. I I listen to people and they hold on for dear life. I don't get why though. That is just so foreign to me. Work on things, yes, absolutely. But because I spoke with one of my friends, this is years ago, and I just said that I can't give this much and not getting anything back. And she was just, yeah, but usually you just keep giving. You just give and you give and you give and you give and you give. And eventually you will get something back. And I didn't agree at all with that. I just no, that's not a balance. That's over giving, over sharing, over like it's yeah, but that's how you do it. And I'm just wondering, does everybody feel like that? That is how you do it for 10 years. And then you are exhausted, like watching these couple counselors therapy thing, and they just seem to have the woman have given like everything for 10 years, and then she's exhausted. And I'm like, 10 years? Like 10 years, you knew this about him, you saw this, you obviously, we have hope in the beginning, but then eventually she kind of figured it out, and she held on for 5 more years. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. It's just, am I so different? And maybe I would too if I were in, because people seem to kind of, yeah, but we are building a life together. We are building up this, financial thing, and working together. Yeah, but you are unhappy for 5 years of them. You seem extremely agitated, angry, annoyed. Um, and I have such a hard thing grasping it. Hopefully, I never get in that position that I feel like we are not a match at all. You are so different in the way you handle things than I, that it will never work. Or I did see a quote on TikTok that said that everything can be fixed if both people want it. And that, I think, is my what I feel about it. That I I don't have it in my chart, or like my astrology chart, to give without receiving. I give up eventually, and maybe I can keep going for quite some time and work on it. But the amount of time people actually hold on is, it just hit me and I watched that show, the small episodes on TikTok, how much people just hold on for dear life. And TikTok has its own opinion of it. Like, men don't like change. They will never, ever say that they want a divorce, because men aren't wired that way. They will start treating the woman even more badly. So she eventually uh, wants a divorce. She doesn't seem to kind of grasp it at all. She just holds on for whatever reason it is, never choosing herself. And he is avoidant, and he is, I think this isn't just one couple, it was a few of them. um I don't know, to just abandon yourself like that. Do I seem critical? I don't know, I'm shocked, I think. I I know people have like problems. They don't seem to pick like a good match for them. They seem to pick whomever and then just roll with it. Even if they aren't, if you want someone, I said this like a year ago or two, you, to a guy, you do not go and create like a woman that is fit for whatever purpose you have, and then you go and tell me the exact opposite of her, that you like me. Is that making sense at all? Like, you watching guys like go for a certain personality, a certain way of being, a certain way of, that is the exact opposite towards to what I am. maybe she's into a lot of makeup. She is uh, like not soft or feminine in any way. She's very, I'm not saying that she doesn't look good. I'm saying that her demeanor can be more masculine. She's very driven. Is she's like a fighter. She is. I'm nothing like that. I'm the complete opposite. So I just, was like a year or two ago, and I was just like, you don't get to create that, whatever you have created, with that person, and then come to me and say that you like me. Because it's like, stick with what you have imagined or something. You know what I'm getting? I just feel like men generally are like that. So I never believe them. They aren't trustworthy at all because they don't show. And then obviously you don't want someone to have, like, he goes from one woman to the next woman and they are exactly alike. That he has like a type. It has to be some difference in it too, obviously. I don't know why I'm rambling about this morning. I'm starting to feel like I'm healing. I'm not crashing every day now. I choose to go to nap, which is a theme next week for me. When I'm exhausted, go and have a nap. It's not like you are not going to have energy, so you're going to crash after you have done one phone call or something. And next week, I'm actually going to get to rest and relax and heal, which I'm looking forward to. People have started to ask me if I can enjoy like recovering now. And I have some things that I need to do left until it's all done. And after that, I have decided to kind of focus on recovering, and I'm starting to feel so much better now than I have. I've been in stress mode. I've been like shock. I've been ill. I've been like all of it, tired, and then hyperactive, and then crashing, and then getting all the things done, and then napping, and then it has been like a roller coaster. So I'm looking forward to next week and the weeks moving ahead. And I'm trying my best to use this Mars in Leo, which is my 12th house, to go through the emotions and the subconscious and the deep dive. And it's the 12th house is Pisces, so there isn't any bottom. You can go deeper, you can kind of continue to go as deep as you want if you dare to, where it all kind of the core issue lays. And that is what I'm doing, and resting, like music, and also watching series I used to like. I hope it will eventually just come up as like good for me, like self-care. It has been quite boring weather the past few days, so I'm still walking my dog, but he gets so wet and dirty, and I don't want to bathe him several times a day. So I decide to take like a long walk, like one long walk a day, and then I bathe him, and then he just gets to go on short ones. That doesn't need him to be all kind of soaking wet again. Um, yeah, I have been through the emotions this weekend, but it has been a good weekend. I'm picking myself. I choose to kind of take care of me, show love to me, and with everything, I'm going to bake today, but I actually do eat quite well, um, within a budget. Obviously, can't go completely crazy, but I really take care of that part right now, and I'm happy that I am. Um, and I'm baking because it's something I like to do. It fits a Taurus moon quite well to do so, and I'm trying to kind of live through what I know about my astrology chart, to see if it works, to see if any of it kind of helps. So I think that's it for this time. No Formula One moving forward. It has been fun. Self care, loving myself, work on where I'm done. I don't know why people seem to pick me as the one to hurt and not. I don't want to hurt that other person. I do have one childhood memory about that I seem to like still karmically be attached to. My mother told me when I was a teenager that when I was younger than 5 years old, because we lived in a certain house at that time, my sister and I were sleeping in the same room, separate beds, but the same room. And our mother used to start reading a bedtime story to my sister. And then she would tuck her in, kiss her on the forehead, and move over to me. And she would read a bedtime story. So I have been waiting patiently, quietly. And then she comes over to me and she starts to read this bedtime story. And my sister starting to have a fit. She was very demanding of attention. She was very annoying. Um, and I don't really know what my mother did. I wish I had asked her if she would. Can I go over to her? Because my mother said that I used to say, it's fine. You can go over to her if because she needs it. And she said, you were always such a kind child. And I felt that my whole childhood, that my sister acted out. She felt like she wasn't seen or heard. She wasn't, and we all should kind of accommodate around it. Like I was supposed to be pushed out because she needed this or that or whatever. And I did always feel that, like my needs weren't that as important because she was kind of self-destructive while I was the quiet one that did my homework and that just existed in a way. And for some reason, I just feel like that is still going on. And for some people, and for some reason, people feel like my parents. Like it's okay to attend to this person's feelings, emotions. I don't know what people do. I think they are more aggressive than I think they are if they're kind of mirroring my sister's behavior. Um, very like bossy or very like a go-getter type of thing. And people seem to not want to hurt them or not want to I don't know, they want to kind of make sure that she has what she needs over me. And I think I need to start dealing with that. I have known this for quite some time. My mother told me a long time ago, and it keeps coming up, and I see a pattern. I just exist, I don't do anything. And people still, in some way, feel like she is the one I'm going to hurt because that person XY said whatever. I think that's interesting. And I also, that people don't also believe that I will see them differently after. TikTok said that you can't go around hurting people and expect that they will not see you differently, or that they, because that's stupid. If I'm hurting someone, I obviously believe that they are going to see me differently, or they're going to not want to be around me, or they're going to kind of walk away or something, because that is their prerogative to do if I'm choosing to hurt them. So I don't know. This is deep. This is like 12th house stuff, for sure. So if you have stayed, it's like 36 minutes now, then I don't know if this was that interesting. I just feel like I needed to speak about it and kind of deal with it once and for all, because it's like an old story that just goes on repeat. I seem to end up in these dynamics that is equal to when I was, let's say, 4 years old, and my sister had her. I just wanted, if I would be honest, I just wanted to like throw something at my sister now when I'm hearing that story again. Just throw something at my sister and said, shut the F up and deal with your whatever it is you are feeling, abandonment, sadness, sorrow, because mom has moved from one bed to the other. Like, you suck. This is pretty much what I wanted to say to my sister. And I also hope that my mother didn't accommodate. I'm not so sure, knowing her, if she did or not. Um, but I just feel like I hopefully meet people in the future that doesn't have this energetic shift, that just feels I'm done with it. Like, you don't get to hurt me because you want to spare someone else's feelings. Especially when I don't think that person is especially deserving of it either. They don't seem like that great of a human being. My sister was extremely fucking annoying when we grew up, like for real. And she did and said such like mean things, and then she were clingy, and then she was like all over the place. And that is the sister I still talk to, by the way, so we are fine today. It's nothing like that, but me thinking about it, I was the quiet one doing my homework, just trying to survive while she was acting out. She was rebellious. I don't know what she was doing, searching for a man, which she finally got, while I was just keeping to myself. This became, now I feel kind of empty inside. I'm surprised. I didn't know that that was going on in my head. This is why I like doing videos, because you never know what is coming up when I'm just rambling. I think I'm done. I hope you have a good day. If you have stayed for 40 minutes, dear Lord, of me talking about my childhood trauma, I hope you have a good day and a happy Easter and all of that. Um, I'm fine. I really am. Just emotional, um, and hurt. Um, not really wanting to be. I felt like I'm done feeling hurt. It's not because I'm oversensitive or that it's that people actually do things that isn't okay at all. So now I'm done.